Thanks, Patty. Hey, it's finally fall. It finally got here, but there's some important work to be doing out in the garden. And so today I brought my friend Amy Mullen along, and Amy is with Spot's Garden Service, but she is also a blogger and on social media as the fraudulent farm girl, which is a misnomer because you're not fraudulent at all.
Well, I always say if your grandma did it the right way, I will find the fast, cheap, easy way to do it.
Oh, that's all right. We're good with that.
Yes.
So we have a few things that people need to be thinking about right now, especially since the leaves have started falling. What are some of the things people need to keep in mind when they're out trying to neaten up the yard?
Okay, great question. To start with, I'm an organic gardener. We at Spots focus on organic and sustainable gardening. So the first thing that we're learning is don't rake and bag your leaves. Instead, you want to close the cycle of waste and return those leaves to the ground so that they can add nutrients back into the soil. The easiest way to do that, instead of raking, is to rake or blow the leaves out of the garden beds into the lawn. Run your lawnmower over it in one direction and then come at it from a different direction. Take the chipped leaves and rake them back into the beds as a form of mulch where they can break down and enrich your garden soil over the next couple of years. Those chipped leaves are acting as an insulating layer over your garden, and they're also rotting down to enrich the soil by adding more nutrients to it.
And when we continue to talk about neatening the landscape, we also have found that we don't have to cut all of our perennials or flowers down to the ground anymore.
Exactly. As the health of pollinators has become more and more important because of collapse of bee colonies and all of those kind of things, we really want to give pollinators the best shot for survival, as well as other forms of wildlife. And we're finding if you tidy the garden so much that you remove all of the organic material, you take away all the places that native insects can hibernate, and you take away all the cover for insects that would feed birds through the winter. You take away all the cover for other forms of wildlife. So instead, we at Spots recommend that you take down anything that's diseased. For example, that would be peonies. Peonies always come down and get thrown away instead of composted because they carry a fungus that can carry over through the winter. If you have phlox that's getting that silvery white mildew on it, take that down and throw it away. But most healthy plants can stay up through the winter, especially if they have hollow stems like daylily stems. Native bees will actually hibernate in those stems. So leave them up through the winter.
And the only other thing we would do is remind you to just, take it easy and don't overdo it out in the garden. Enjoy yourself in the fall weather.
Short periods, and then go inside and have a hot toddy.
Yeah, that works too. Thanks so much, Amy.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
No problem. I'm Shannon Cagle, the Weekend Gardener for Boomer TV.